Good morning. Today I'm back in the Iveco S-way. Oh, I'm on day shift, which makes a change. Last week I was on night shift, doing the Rochdale night trunk again, which I was in an Iveco Stralis last week. Same company. It was 69 plate and it was the fastest one in the fleet. Still nice to drive. The only difference between that and the S-way really is the S-way's got more toys, but no complaints. So yes, last week was night shift. The week before that I was on the multi-drop, which was Team Valley. It was the same company as you saw when I did Gateshead, but Team Valley I had a 30-foot urban rear steer on, which I've not used before. I would have filmed it, but it was so fast and furious round there. There was very little driving to do. You were just in one place and out, in and out, in and out. But it was that quick. I'd have the trailer empty for like 9:30. You know, it was ridiculous. Then go back, swap the urban trailer for a loaded standard trailer and do a stock transfer down to Gateshead. Take the stock down that was in storage at their yard, at the company yard, get that tipped, and then they'd reload for pallet network. Very simple, very simple. It was a very tight yard though, very, very tight. So today I've got two runs from Port of Blythe, South Harbour down to Gateshead. One's going to a storage yard, other one's going to graphic packaging main factory. Both very easy tips. The kicker is Port of Blythe, South Harbour. Now, I double checked with the boss before I left. I've been here before, about 16 months ago. I was coming here for a month, and they are notoriously slow at loading. Notoriously slow. The longest wait I've had in my HGV career was here at South Harbour. That was 5 hours. And that was doing the same load down to Gateshead. So I don't think it'll be that bad today, because that 5 hour wait, he put the wrong load on me first. Then he went for his dinner. Then he had to tip it and reload it, which I wasn't impressed about. If it had just been that the only job that day, yeah, I'd have been pissed off. But I was more pissed off because it was a Monday morning. I'd loaded the trailer on the Friday for Lockerbie. Took some huge reels up to Lockerbie. Came back. On the way back, I was asked, can you go to Port of Blythe, just load up for graphic at Gateshead, and that's you done for the day. I thought, oh, champion, easy run, like, you know. Huh. That was that. Then 5 hours. Now, as you can see, we're coming in South Blythe, and it's the usual morning chaos. It's 9:15. You got school traffic, commuters, everything. As you can see from these signs here, I double checked with my ex-boss from the bus depot, because she lives round here, and said, are these crossings open? Because Network Rail can shut them down and they'll stay closed for a week. All the crossings round here are getting done. It's for the new rail link down to Newcastle. It's part of the metro system, but they're not electrifying it. So all these roundabouts of construction are for new housing estates going up round here. So everything's constantly changing. So we'll see how quick South Harbour are. Like I say, been a while since I come here. I'm wondering if young Demi's still on the gatehouse. She was a laugh a minute. There was Laura in the office. I don't know if she's still there. She was funny. It was all very nice to you know. You get through your paperwork and everything quick. It was just when you get in the loading shed, that's when the problems start. Or getting into the loading shed, if there's a queue, you're going to be sat there quite a while. It's just what it is. They can get 3 trucks at a time in, and once they start loading you, if they know where the stuff is, it don't take long. Sometimes they have to go look for it, and that's not ideal. But it is what it is. I mean, once I get out of there, it's 20 miles to Team Valley at Gateshead, which, as you all know, I know very well. So these lights still change as quick as they used to do. So yeah, once I get rolling, then I'm laughing. My first lot's booked in for 10 o'clock at the storage yard. I am not going to make that. No way. But they're all right there. They'll not be bothered about that. Plus, I've worked for them, so they'll not give me an hard time. Then get back here. The last lot is booked in for 3 o'clock. But again, the main factory, they'll just tip you whenever you get there. But they booked it in for free because of how slow South Harbour are. I mean, if I get tipped quick on my first one, I mean, I'll be back here in a flash. But I mean, this lot, if they go on their dinner break for an hour, I'm not stopping for you, pal. I'm not like to take passengers. It would have got a shock if I had pulled up and said, jump in, mate, it cost you £5. Well, aye. But yeah, so on paper, if they were quick at loading you, you'd have all this done for 12 o'clock, easy. But as it stands, you know, it's one of them places. I have to say, I've been liking going to Rochdale on night trunk. I mean, the lads there, everybody's friendly. The day shift gaffer who sorts out the hiding and firing at this place, I get on well with him, but I rarely see him. He's usually away before I start on a night. I was talking to him this morning, asking me how I get on with Rochdale. I'm saying, oh, I love it. He says, we've had a few people moan because the reverse into Bay 3, it's tight with other trucks being up against the fence. He says, how are you getting on with it? I says, well, it is tight. I says, sometimes it's a struggle to get the angle on, but what you've got to do is get your rear guard level with the post as you're going through the door, and then just pull it forward, get a bit of the opposite lock on, get the angle. I says, and then you'll go straight in. And he went, all right. He says, so you're comfortable with it? I says, yeah, I've done it enough times now. I don't know if you can see that wooden pier, not the one with the lighthouse on the end, the other one. That's the prime fishing spot in Blythe. And if you want to go fishing here on the pier, you come in where we're coming in now, and you park in this little car park here and then walk down onto the pier. Oh fuck yeah, I'm going. So obviously park here and walk down. And I have caught some decent fish on there. If you go down in summer, But mackerel are in, you will not get on there. It's just chocker. And that, believe it or not, that wooden pier is 3/4 of a mile long. I measured it on a step counter. That's how sad I am. Right, I'll turn this off until I clear security because they won't be happy. We're in. That ship that's there, when I came here for a month, a lot of the time I was doing shunting between this terminal and Battleship Wharf, which is the other side of the estuary, but you've got to go all the way around the system, and it's a pain in the arse. And what all I was bringing was flatbeds with everything from containers on, because it had twist locks and everything, machinery, everything, and it was all going on one of these ships. Apparently it was going over to Scandinavia or something. I did that for a fortnight, just running backwards and forwards, which sounds boring, but I'd not been on flatbeds before, and everything was different. So it was like a crash course in strapping loads, which was educational to say the least. That's where we used to put the containers on. As you see, there's some sort of platform in there now. Now they're putting the containers on down here. I've done a couple of these containers down to Chesterley Street. And then when that ship was getting loaded, it wasn't that one. I was still working at 7 o'clock on the Friday night, and when I brought the last load in, as they was tipping me, I was watching them load the ship, and it's amazing how fast they can load stuff with them cranes. You wouldn't believe it. So we've got to go all the way around this system, and then that's the office there. We go in there for his paperwork. Well, we get like a loading slip for the warehouse, and then we go queue up. There's 4 trucks in there at the moment. I couldn't see round the back of the sheds, obviously, so I don't know what the queue's like. So we'll just have to see. Watch his speed round here, because everything's on cameras. And the gaffer in the office, I know from experience, because he bollocked me one time because I came down here at about 30 mile an hour. It was a long day and I was rushing to get home, so he wasn't impressed. And the gaffer in the loading shed, if you get out of your truck without a hard hat on, he'll warn you once. If you do it twice, he'll ban you off a site. There's times when I wished he would. Let's have a look at this cherry picker here, because my brother came up from Leeds, from Nationwide platform, well, brought a scissor lifter or a cherry picker. If that's got Nationwide platforms on, that's the one my brother brought. Have a look. I think it is, you know. I'll give him a ring later and ask him. There's someone waiting, but is he on a break? I'll roll up behind him and then walk it up to office. No, I won't. I'll park in front of him. Stuff it. Yeah, I emptied these stores out and them stores out. So when we was doing Battleship Wharf, there was just stores out of here going to Battleship Wharf, and then the stuff from Battleship Wharf was coming back here. So it was constantly on the go. I'd say very, very educational. I enjoyed it. Easy money, but you was very, very busy. So, right, let's go see if the lovely Laura's still in the office. See you in a bit. Right, we've got us loading pass. Let's get round to this shed. The lovely Laura's not working here before. Not working here anymore. Apparently she left to go to the NHS. Good luck to her. She was one of them. She was always friendly and always helpful and smiling, which you like people like that in this job, because you're going to find you get a lot of miserable buggers. MX, that's okay, mate, working for. I think that's Simon in that truck now. It used to be Niels, but I don't recognise him. Nationwide Platforms, that's the one that Arcade brought. He's sat there waiting for a flatbed or a skelly. I don't know. I don't know what all this work here is. It must be working on this platform. I love coming to places like this, it's fascinating. Them cranes there on wheels. I've seen them lifting some stuff on ships. Amazing how it all works. Well, his park's a bit far out there. I've seen worse in here. He's going to drop that box on this shunter here. So it must be getting loaded in one of these sheds. I mean, this place is nowhere near as big as Port of Tyne, like, but it's still very, very busy. We'll see how many trucks are in the queue. Have a look. One. So I'm going in after he goes in. Now all she's given me is a loading pass. She's not giving me any paperwork, so I'm going to have to try and wing it with forklift drivers. This could mean they get a bit whingy with me. But we'll see what's what. I'll pull up behind him and then I'll go pop my clips, and all I've got to do is sort my curtains out, lift my poles out and all that. I'll have to do when I get in there. Him with white hat on there, I think he's the gaffer. I'm sure it is. He's the one who likes to shout at people if you don't have an hard hat on in there. Right, let's go get these clips open. Right, I'm at the front of the queue. I assume I'm going in after this Scania. He's just strapping that up now. I can't see what's in front of that other truck that's just gone in. That MX truck. He's just pulled up behind me. The lad jumped out and he looked at me a bit strange. I didn't recognise him because he's grown a beard. It's Ryan, who used to have the Volvo. He's got the IV now. And he remembered me. We was having a bit of a chat. I says, so what happened to your Volvo? He says, oh, another lad got it. He says, I got given this IV car. I says, you miss your Volvo? He says, hell yeah. He says, took me 6 weeks to get the TV out of it. He had all mod cons in that. He loved that truck. So, it was nice to have a catch up with him. So, he asked how we were getting on and all this. So, aye. I see, you get to meet people on agency, you get to make friends and all of that. So, right, I'm going to go have a look, see what I can see down that tunnel. I'm not going to take my camera with me in case that gaffer's there. He's showing him where he wants that loading. Right, let's go have a look. Right, we are loaded, finally. We got under this canopy about 20 past 9, now 11 o'clock. There's all stuff like this down here we've got on. that might be my second load this afternoon. So that was the Iveco I was driving the other night. So now we have to go. Oh man. Wait, now we have to go back to the office, but we're gonna have to wait for him to move. You get the feeling it's gonna be one of them days, don't you? Is he lifting that or is he dropping it? All fun and games. Right, let's hope he gets the shift. Oh, he's lifting it. I'll wait for him to wave me past because I ain't moving otherwise. Are you going to drop that on there? All fun and games. I'm guessing this is their internal rubbish collection. Biffa and Suez don't do it like this, do they? I'll let him get them clips off and then we'll get going again. Right, I've got my paperwork, now 11:20. So I've been in here about, what, 2.5 hours now, maybe a bit longer. So now it's going to be possibly 40 minutes to Gateshead, depending on traffic. That ship, I've just had a look as I come past. It's actually out of the water. Those big poles you can see, the brown ones with the holes in it, are actually legs. It's a cable laying shift, and it raises up out of the water. Unbelievable. I didn't notice till I went past. I don't know if you can see there, there's the propellers out of the water on the back of it. I only noticed when I was coming past and I saw the bow thruster at the front. So I love coming to places like this. See if you can see the bow thruster on. There you go. That's the bow thruster that moves it side to side. My mate's fishing boat had one of them on them. Not to that size, like, you know. So we're all getting out at once. There's actually 3 of our trucks in here at the moment. One's still getting loaded in warehouse, and another one's just come in with a skelly on, so he's taking a container somewhere. Now that cable laying ship, you can see all the big reels here. So all the stuff that goes on, it's all undersea electric cables and all of this. Apparently they've been laying one to Norway. Been doing that for a while now. Well, you get stuff like the offshore wind farms and all of this. A lot of that's done out of oh, I could have gone and got myself a bucket. A lot of that's done out of Battleship Wharf, which is the other side. But I bring a lot of stuff in here, and I've seen them tipping these containers and putting them in warehouse. So I assume that's storage for companies who don't want to be bothered tipping containers. So I don't know where this stuff's come from that's on here, but whether it's coming from abroad or what. But it's certainly a lot of it goes out of here. As you can see, it gets busy. Right, I'm going to crack on, and next stop's Gateshead. I was supposed to be at this at 10 o'clock, but like I said to the boss at the office, there's no way I'm going to get loaded and get out and get there for 10 o'clock. Not an 8 o'clock start. It's just, and he says, fair enough, mate. He says, they'll tip you anyway, don't worry about it. But that's fair. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Right, we're here at Team Valley. I'm going to go in the way I don't like going. I'm not wasting time. Normally I would go on to the next junction and there's less traffic about. But I'm coming in Lobley Hill way, which I don't mind at night. It's just during the day you get people trying to zip up inside here at roundabout light, you know, and it's just a pain in the arse. This one's actually backing off and letting me in. Wonders never cease. Normally they'll come flying down there.
Enter the roundabout, take the first exit.
So 5 to 12. Not ideal. I'll have to find out which entrance they want this to come in at. I'll stop outside and go see somebody, because I've changed things at this storage yard, so. But hopefully it'll not take them too long. I'm hoping they're not on the dinner. Yeah, that'll be just my luck. Because I want to get out of here and get my dinner as well. I've not brought anything with me, but there's a Greggs down here where this hotel is. So when I get out, if I can find somewhere to park, that is, pop in there. That's the joys of doing this job on daytimes. If you've got no here and you want to stop somewhere to get something to eat, it can be a little bit tricky.
Take the next left.
Now, where's this Audi going?
Take the fourth exit towards Team Valley Retail World.
Right over, because there's the Greggs. We'll go first left, and then straight up until we come to World's Way.
Prepare to turn left at the roundabout after 3/4 of a mile.
So what I mean, I'll get nowhere to park down here. I might do if them tippers go later.
Recalculation.
But that's life. So we're going left where that Royal Mail truck is. Fortunately, it's not that busy down here. Well, not today anyway. But when I was multi-dropping, I was flying around here and up and down all of these. And some of the places, they're not signposted. Or it might have changed company name. Or it might be a company that's in with another company. So you need accurate addresses, unit numbers and stuff like that. Otherwise, you are chasing your tail. Okay, turn left here. And the storage yard is on the left. Templeman Retailing. I went there for a job. I really wanted it, but it is one of those things. Well, I got the interview against the odds, so
onto Bangor Court.
there's yellow signs here. It's Tyneside Express, but we're going to go further down, spin round, and come in and see somebody.
Route recalculation.
Right, let's get this tipped. Well, we managed to get that tipped off by about 1:10. It was a bit slow because I had 70 printers pallets on.
Left at the roundabout, taking the second exit.
There's only one forklift.
Take the second
When they was
exit
loading me at Blythe,
180.
they've got the double forklifts, but he just had the smaller ordinary ones, so it took a bit of time. Not his fault. It's quick though. So now it's going to be after 2 when we get back to South Harbour. I'm supposed to be at Gateshead for second load at 3 o'clock. That's not happening. Oh, all that black smoke coming out of that. Wonderful. So this truck has to be back in the yard because it's going to Leicester tonight on night trunk. I don't know which trunk it's going on, whether it's the 6 o'clock or the 7. I think it's 7 o'clock. So if it is, I'm not too pushed for time. Obviously I don't want to be working while 7, but hey, if it happens, it happens. But this is, again, South Harbour all over. It's always like that, and it's always will be like that. So hopefully we'll get back there and there'll be no queue. We'll see. But we've still got all the new roundabouts and that at Newsham. We'll see what the traffic's like. Obviously, when I get out of South Harbour, I'm going to be in school traffic as well. And then A1 traffic southbound around Gateshead, so that's going to slow me up. So I'm guessing could be 4:30, 5 o'clock when I get to Gateshead. Usually they're pretty quick at that place, so they'll have 2 forklifts on me. So hopefully it won't be too bad. Right, let's crack on and see what happens when I get to Blythe.
Prepare to keep left after half.
Well, joy of joys, we're finally loaded and gets out of the shed, and that big rig that was over there is now over here. I don't know where they're moving it to, but they pick the moments. That must take some serious shifting. So now sat-nav's saying we'll not get to Gateshead. Oh, come on, get out of my way. Till 4:45. So I'm hoping it'll be an half-hour tip and then get back for 6 o'clock. The bloody size of that thing. And you can see the hold up. I don't know how they're going to get that out to sea or what, I don't know, but anyway. It is not my worry. Right, let's go get some paperwork and get the hell out of here. Finally got my paperwork. It's now 4:10. To talk about dragging their heels, and this has been a blind panic because this rig here, they're going to move it down this road to put it on that ship just here, and once that gets on this road then nothing moves, and I've been sat watching it slowly edging round thinking, if I get stuck in here, see how close it is to the road. Another 5 or 10 minutes, that would have been me knackered. That is some seriously big shit, and that is getting lifted on that ship's crane up onto the ship. There's already another section to go on top of it. So, right, this is going to be all hands to the pump when I get to Gateshead. Hopefully it'll be an half-hour tip and I can get this back for Leicester driver. This is all delays which could have been seriously avoided if they just pulled the fingers out, but they don't. So it's just made my day bloody hard. So I mean, I don't particularly stress over it. I've just been annoyed today because it is just so bloody slow and frustrating. You know, what can you do about it? It's been like this for years. Right, let's give security the gate pass and my map. Not that I need a site map in here, I know it like the back of my hand. And there's South Beach. Thanks, mate.
Right,
Will be when I get unloaded at Gateshead. Cheers, fella. Right, we're out. Thank God for that. I don't rate his chances. There's two of them in there. They're going to have fun and games. So, these two trucks were in the port. They've had to come out and wait because that crane's moving. So, there's going to be people having a long night. Right, let's get off and crack on to Gateshead. Well, finally, Team Valley at 5 to 5. So, hopefully this will be a quick tip and then that's done. The traffic southbound on the A1 wasn't as bad as usual, but it's still at a standstill from the metro centre to here. And then I've just seen the northbound traffic, which I'm going to get stuck in on the way back. Absolutely chocker. So that's why I'm hoping for a quick tip. I mean, Cramlington from here, it's not much, but it's what it is. Right, graphic packaging is just up here. Hopefully there'll be nothing under that canopy, because if there is, well, that's really going to put the cat amongst the pigeons. There shouldn't be anyone there at this time, but we'll see. I might get a bit of whinging here. Usually they're pretty good, but when you turn up at 5 o'clock, you know, sometimes people are not happy with you. It depends what shifts they're on, really. So that's where oh, there's nothing in the tunnel. I've just seen. Happy days. Yeah, the wrong entrance. Where's this car going?
In 0.4 miles, turn right onto Duke's Way.
I'm not going to wait. Everybody wants to go home. Well, so do I. That's right. You just carry on squeezing through when you see an Arctic coming. It's all right, you know. We can just make room. But as you can see there, that is how slow the A1's going. That is where I've just come down. And it's been like that for about the last 5 or 6 miles. So, if it wasn't for that traffic, I would probably have been here, what, 15 minutes sooner. I have actually worked for these on the agency, and they are good to work for. You know, jump on with these double deckers and it's all trunking work. Can't go wrong. Just sadly, there's not much call for agency drivers here. Right, let's see if he's going to tip me straight away. It's a lovely place to put a trailer, that, innit? I've got 79 of these type pallets on. So, right, let's get in this shed and get this tipped off. Hopefully we're going to be quick. No sign of life. Typical. Well, would you believe it? It wasn't a half-hour tip. It was a 15-minute see what's what, and then told the rejecting it, take it away, because apparently it's not booked in till 3 o'clock tomorrow. So after all that stressing and pushing and trying to get it done, you know, then to be turned away at the last minute. So, but at least I should be back at the yard for 6 o'clock. By the time I get this tipped off, well, the trailer drops, I've got to go get my card downloaded, sort the paperwork out, be 6:30. So, well, I got me 10 hours out of it. That's after my breaks deducted. 10 hours to do 100 miles. It is just absolutely scandalous. So basically, you know, I've just been sat around on my arse all day waiting. So that's going to be the end of it here. So this is an example of, as much as I love my job, this is why I like distance work, because I hate getting frustrated by all this stop-start shit, people arsing you about. When I'm on night trunking, I go from A to B, back in, either swap trailers or it's a tip and reload, and I just drive back. No paperwork, everything's on computers, no hassle. But today, well, you've seen the other side of the coin. So, give me night trunking any day. Right, I'll leave it here. I'm off to play with the traffic on the A1. Hopefully it'll be moving a little bit better now. Right, have a good one. Thanks for watching. If you have subscribed, thanks very much. I really do appreciate it. So, all the best. Happy trucking.